We have more of the Montana Bigfoot taken in Yellowstone National Park.
This is a lot of footage from Montana.
Yeah, it's a lot of stills. The footage might be about, I'm not sure how many frames, but it's several seconds worth of it until it goes off in the distance, and the guy didn't bother chasing it.
Bigfoot doesn't have much of a chin here, so he's not really. Doesn't really. I mean, is that just hair, or does he have?
I thought about that. I think it has more of an ape-like face or a caveman-like face where the chin recedes. But if you've ever seen like a Civil War general or somebody that has a good beard that also has a strong chin, the chin sticks out way farther than that. So this one actually has like more of a caveman look, and that hair makes it look like it has more of a chin, a lot more of a chin than it actually has.
You know, a side note here, the fact that we're talking about chins just reminds me of Jay Leno. And Jay Leno's last night is on the Tonight Show.
You know, that's funny because I was listening. You ever seen that show there's an internet show with Jerry Seinfeld where he drives in a car.
I didn't know he had an internet show.
Yeah, it's something. I think it's sponsored by Acura, but he drives around in a different old car every time, and he interviews a celebrity
in the car while they're driving.
And
is that safe?
And then they have cameras set up, and it's like
not sponsored by Geico.
No,
or any insurance company.
No, and they go off to a place to have coffee. So the name of it is Coffee and Cars with Seinfeld or something along those lines. But it's sponsored by a car company. But okay, so they had Jay Leno on there one episode.
Was he talking about retiring?
They hit on a lot of things, but it's interesting.
Well, you know, the one thing that disappoints me about the whole thing is Jay Leno's retiring, Jimmy Fallon's taking over, and they're moving the show to New York City. So what's that about?
Is it easier to get guests on the East Coast or West Coast?
You would think the West Coast. This is Hollywood.
Do you like Conan O'Brien or...
I like Conan O'Brien, but I like Jay Leno too. Now, I'm not so sure I'm that hot on Jimmy Fallon. I like Jimmy Fallon, you know, in Saturday Night Live and maybe some movie stuff, but as a talk show host?
Now, how do we know they're friendly to or non-friendly to the Bigfoot cause?
Well, we don't really know where they stand on Bigfoot. I would think Jay Leno's probably friendly to Bigfoot.
And what about
Jimmy Fallon? I don't really know.
Now, why did we start talking about Jay Leno in the first place?
I thought you brought up the chin.
Oh, okay, because Jay Leno has a big chin.
Well, that's in contrast to our main man here, Bigfoot.
Yes. Now, Jay Leno just might have had a chin that was just, I don't know if he has a malocclusion or something where his chin sticks out a little bit farther.
It's a birth defect or it's some sort of a deformity.
But human beings, as they evolved, did develop more chins. Neanderthals, they say, like, if you look at the photos, don't have chins.
Oh, I didn't realize they didn't have chins.
Well, they have extremely short, weak chins.
So he's a little self-conscious here. He's growing a lot of a beard on his chin.
Now, if they could shave, you would see that they have more of a Neanderthal look.
I don't think they would go for it, though. You know, why put yourself through that day in and day out shaving?
I don't think they're evolved to the point. If they haven't discovered fire, then they probably don't shave.
Or cleaning himself up. Look at all the crap hanging all over him.
And probably their hair doesn't grow on their face. And we'll put it this way: it stops at a certain point, just like their hair on their body. It just stops.
Yeah. What's that about? I mean, is it because they're rolling around in the woods, rubbing up against trees? Is it tearing off continuously? Is it just not growing shaggy?
I don't know. Certain animals, I think sheep, and I don't know if they've been just because they've been not genetically changed, but breeding through the years. If they're not sheared, they can't even move. You ever seen a sheep that?
No.
I saw one at a place where they take in rescued animals, and they just will continue to get bigger and bigger, like a chia pet, where they are so impeded by their...
They become just a ball.
Yeah, they can't move, and it's like animal cruelty if somebody owns a sheep that is...
It's your responsibility to shear the sheep.
Yes, but Bigfoot doesn't have that problem.